you got to ask yourself too, if you really want equality of outcome, maybe you want maximal difference between people in some sense, because look, the only reason you can trade on your ability as a comedian is because you're actually better at it than other people.
Right.
Right. So the only thing you have to offer that's valid as a trade is something that you're better at. So if we insist that everyone has exactly the same of everything, well, then what do we have to offer each other?
You know,
that's,
yeah. You know,
I don't understand that. And I don't understand how that's commensurate with diversity.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've kind of like built my career based on that idea that the comedy that was on TV wasn't the funniest version. And I literally said, well, if I just put my comedy on YouTube, I think the average person will see that there is more merit here and they'll gravitate towards me. Right. And I think because these institutions were so caught up in like what you can and can't say and all this other stuff and blah, 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 it doesn't really matter. But yet the internet.
It does matter. It does matter. Exactly. Because you saw, I said in this book, there's a chapter, right? Notice that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated.
Yes.
Well, that's the story you just told. You
exactly.
said you noticed that what was being meritorious wasn't being rewarded.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that sucks, but it does open up an opportunity for you if 100%. You have some merit and then you can test it. So you put your comedy on YouTube. What happened?
And then it blows up, man. And it was crazy. And it's like everything that I've gotten from my career has come from the fact that like the people were able to decide it. You know, it's quite interesting, like the disruptor that the internet is, because around the same time that you were exploding, I was starting to blow up, and there's a bunch of other figures, and all of us, merit-based in our own situations, were able to come to some sort of like, you know, prominence, obviously different levels, but because the people decided we should be there. Like that's what the internet does. You see it happening. I have a friend of ours named Ben Uyeda, is a really smart guy, but he's like, that's all the internet is. It's the ultimate disruptor, and it will happen to every institution. Wall Street's going through it now with the whole GameStop thing. They're just finding ways to disrupt. The people will band together, and they will disrupt. And there's a tool for the disruption. And it's really cool, at least for, I guess, guys like you and your contemporaries, myself and my contemporaries, because we got a fucking chance to fight. You know, we had to ask for permission before. Hey, can you put me on TV? What can I say? I'll try to figure out the best way to say it around, you know, what you guys think is cool. And then when we just did it based on our own accord, we put out the best version of it and then got the most success. It's very rewarding. It is very rewarding. And it's just really cool to see this happen all at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a consequence of this immense technological revolution, isn't it? That we've got this insane power now. All of us are TV producers. All of us are movie producers. All of us are radio broadcasters. It's right there at your fingertips.
Yeah.
And that's such a revolutionary change from 3 decades ago that it's almost unimaginable. And not only do we have all that bandwidth and that communication capacity, but it's also permanent. Stored, you know, because television stations back in the 1960s, you broadcast something
and
once
then it was gone.
Gone. And now videos have the same permanence as books. It's so stunning. True. And, you know, people say, you know, I was talking to Russell Brand the other day, and I like Russell, and he's very, very smart.
Yeah, sharp guy.
Stunningly smart at times. And he said, you know, he was talking about people not having a voice. And I thought,
who?
Wait, you have a voice now if you want it. You can just sit in front of your computer and you can talk to as many people as will listen to you.
Yeah.
That's a voice. It's like, can you do anything with that? Well, perhaps not, but perhaps you can too.
Not only is there a voice, there's an algorithm that will amplify interest. Meaning, if people enjoy what you're saying, science will push it out to more people. So it's like it's merit on crack. You know, it's merit on steroids. You could be saying the most interesting thing on a soapbox in New York and maybe 10 or 15 people hear about it and then they never hear about it again. But the fact that YouTube or these different platforms are incentivized to share your shit that people like, never a better time. Never a better time to have some merit.